refit it, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now, put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark perfume. Go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice.
Hey. It's your girl Candy Love here with Lighten Up with Letitia and Miss Kira Speaks. And we are here to discuss Amazon Prime's Cross, Season 1, Episodes 3 and 4. Episode 3 is The Good Book. Episode 4 is Mask. Hey, ladies. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Doing good. Hi. She's always late, and you're not late. You're on time.
Hola.
You're on time today. So, I think I'm missing your ring. Okay. Ladies. So your thoughts on Cross 3, Episode 3, The Good Book. And we know what The Good Book is. The Good Book is the book that Ed had all of the deceased people that were serial unalivers and the people that he transformed into the serial unalivers for whatever reason. What gratification he got out of it, I don't know. But it is what it is. This is Ed we're talking about. And a whole lot of other things transpire in this episode, but we're going to try to break it down as much as possible so that we can get on and off of here, because we got 2 episodes to do. And episode 4 is a little thick, okay? So episode 3, Letitia, The Good Book. What are your thoughts on that episode?
It was okay. I give both of these, I'm giving them a 9.8 together.
Mm-hmm.
We really got a chance to see more of the book, the significance of the book, and the players that are surrounding the book.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know in what order we're going in, but yeah, that's my
We're just
first
going to
thought.
talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're just going to talk about it. Miss Kira?
3 was good. I'm trying to think. 3.
That was the one with the lady that was on drugs, and she had to unalive. She got the message to unalive Cross.
It was good. I like 3. I think I like 4 better, but 4 was like a lot of details, and I was like, wait, the what?
Mm-hmm.
3 was good. Kept me entertained.
Yeah. Hello. Hi, Bookworm 57. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. You was disappointed in Cross for not being on his. Listen. So everybody that's in the chat, in the bushes, please pop out and say hello.
Yeah,
the algorithm would greatly appreciate it, and we would too.
Yes, Lord.
So let's see. So the episode starts out with Brenda Leland, which is a substance abuse user, and she walks through the house or wherever she is. I'm assuming this is a crack house, and it's well lit. It's kind of Christmas timey, but anywho, she goes in, she does her little thug, fills it with her little pipe and her lighter, and does her thing, and then she gets a knock at the door, and then she gets this box, and the box there inside of the box is this. Oh, that's my timer. Talk about that. Let me cut my oven off right quick.
Well, this is where we get a chance to see what her, I guess, assignment is.
Yes.
And we're all very like, oh my gosh. So this is my assumption is this is part of the plan with the people who are stalking Cross, Alex.
Is it? Now, see, that's what I'm confused. But I'm going to have to take notes when we get to the end, because some of the things I'm trying to put 1 and 1 together and make 2.
Yeah, I was trying to see, I'm like, are the things that we have going on with the serial unaliver and the people stalking Alex, I'm like, are they the same people, or are these 2 separate storylines that we have going on at the same time?
I think it's a cluster book of people because Ed is he's a powerful person. So I think he can tap and touch a lot of people to make them do what he wants them to do. And here we are with a lot of, different arrows pointing at cross, and we don't know like where they're coming from, who started it, why, and it's just a whole lot of small bits and pieces
That's what I was saying to Letitia, because even when we get to the end, there's still questions that I have. I'm gonna start making notes as we get there, because the 1 + 1 was not equaling 2. Because like, how did we get here? We went from being a CO to a crackhead. Like, okay, I mean, I guess anything's possible.
Hi, Dairy Boo. How you doing? Thank you for
Hey,
coming
Dairy.
through.
Hi there.
So yeah, she, is on the pipe, and then she gets this box. The box has the blicky and tells her what to do. That's her assignment. So homegirl goes on this mission, and I said I wasn't going to go scene by scene, but I kind of feel like I'm getting there now unnecessarily. Anybody want to discuss this scene? If you're prepared to, if not, I can do it.
Sure, I can go ahead. At this point, this is the family getting together, but also he's having like flashbacks of his wife. I believe it's their anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And Graham is trying to get him out of his funk because he's still, having a very difficult time with his grief. And I don't know if you're going to show a separate clip for when they're at the cemetery, or do you want to just go ahead?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yep. Yeah, so the kids, they gave him flowers to give to mom and everything. So even when they get there, when they get to the gate, he cannot do it. He can't go any further. So his best friend has to take the flowers up to the grave for him. So a lot of this episode, he is struggling still with his grief to the point where they're not sure if he can handle his own case. But he assures them that so. But the grandmother does step in to tell him that, baby, you it's affecting the kids. You gonna need to snap out of this. I understand that you're gonna grieve, whatever, but she wants him to open up.
Yeah.
And he has just been, kind of really.
And she wants him to move on, like, because he's still stuck in this place, and he's not stuck there all the time, but he's stuck there a lot of the times. So much so that he can't even go put the flowers on the grave, And I've never been through that, so I don't know, but I can imagine that it is hard. But, I can understand people want him to not move on, but move on, Not that you got to forget about her, but like,
it's crazy because it's been a year, but I think it's culmination.
It's only been a year, and that's not a long time at all. That's not a long time.
It's not. So I think it's a culmination of how much like he loved her, and then on top of it, him being a police officer. Like, I really love this woman, and I wasn't able to protect her. I think, and he's still, kind of working. So it's like, I think the two things are kind of really getting to him. Because now he's back at work, even though he's not supposed to be back at work, and he's working on his case, but he couldn't protect his wife when something happened to her or save his wife. So I feel like that kind of makes it haunt him even more.
So She's Always Late says, does anyone think that had Cross been a woman, would he have been encouraged to move on and bump uglies?
Oh, absolutely. If he had been a woman,
I mean, either way. Well,
no.
I've heard it both ways. For him to do and not to do, like,
right.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. I understand, but a lot of times that's the nature of it. When people, you get over one, you get under one to get over another. Yeah. But I think it's different because of the way she passed, and then now you have all this other stuff that includes her murder, her death in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things are coming back that has something to do with her being unalive. So it can make it hard for him to move on, because you got the every flowers. Waking moment, something is coming at you about your wife, or something dealing with whatever it is. It's really hard. So
you got the flowers, and then you got
hey,
the.
Hey, Tamika. I think, but to answer the question, though, I think if you was a woman, women can't win. Women can't seem to win. I'm gonna say that. It would depend on what she was doing. If she was moving on, people would be like, "Oh my gosh, it's only been a year." Blah, 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 blah. But if she wasn't moving on, she would be encouraged. Like, honey, maybe you need to just get out there or whatever. It just depends. Because women can't seem to win out here.
Mhm.
Whatever she was doing, they will be telling her that she should be doing something else.
Yeah, and when I say for him to move on, I don't mean for him to move on with a woman. I mean for him to like not move on, but just like get out of that solemn, that sad space that he's always in. But I mean, you can't tell anybody how to grieve. I don't know.
I mean, he's still
So-
moving through life. It's not like he's sitting at home in his bed crying. So, you know, and still moving in life is going to be in the back of his head. And then,
Yeah.
like we're saying, he's going back to work. He couldn't protect her. He's doing these cases. They keep sending him flowers. Now they done snuck into his house and did the scarf,
Yeah,
and then the anniversary of her, you know,
Mhm.
unaliving.
So it's
So
bringing
like,
it back to him, and it can make him go back into that funk. So we really don't know how he would have progressed had all of this stuff not come up, because you got
Right.
Ed, you got Bobby, you got this lady here, Shannon, you got everybody, you got like 6 or 7 people coming at
Yep.
him. Hell, Miss Nancy, raggedy ass. You know, you got all these people coming at him. So even though we don't know nothing about Miss Nancy yet, so I didn't mean to go that far, but I'm just saying, like, you know, he got a lot going on, so it's probably is harder for him to move on. Because he got to try to solve this case. Now I need to figure out who took my wife out. And he probably wasn't even thinking about that, because he was going to take a leave of absence in first episode.
Yes.
So, yes. Move through another stage of grief. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And Tamika, we understand. And we know you know all too well. Yeah.
Yeah, men usually do move a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
They be having a
and I don't
whole new wife. Be like, what?
Mhm. Yeah. So we have. Sorry. We have the young lady here. He's doing some kind of Japanese detox or toxin to her face, and child, this is a whole nut job, and he's doing a whole lot to her. And then he finds out that she has a rash, and he has a fit about her having a damn rash, child. Any
I'm surprised
thoughts
you didn't
on?
find that in all his research. You done researched everything else. You ain't know she would get a rash too.
Oh, okay, right. So we move on, and we see where Shannon again is trying to take out Cross, and I'm sure he had his head on a swivel, but because she did not seem threatening to him, he didn't think anything about it. But it ain't no telling what's on his mind. So of course she didn't get to do anything because the cops came in. Any thoughts on how she looks like she does not want to do this? You can clearly see she's scared, because she knows if she does it, it's gonna be what, suicide by cop, because they gonna take you out. So, you know, any thoughts?
That was an awful place for her to try to do this, though. I was like, this ain't it, girl. Like, you better follow him for the rest of his day and try something else, because that's not gonna be the move. And it wasn't. But when she walked in there, I was like,
it did not work out for her, luckily. Listen, Shannon was going through it. Shannon had it. I don't know what to say about Shannon. Hydrolyzed collagen and dissolvable Jesus amino acids. How
many
know
times you
that?
done watched it?
Girl, that sound like the daggum that sound like DeMarcus answer.
DeMarcus is still over there talking about Aldi.
Probably.
Yeah, so now we have where Cross and Samson with his fine self, they are here, and they talking to, what's the little Asian guy name? I forgot his name.
Chris.
Wu. No.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris Wu. And he just gives them information about the place that was a brothel, but he didn't really tell them. Well, he told them something, but he didn't. You know, Cross was like, you ain't got them for me. Like, I need you tell me something. But I think what he wanted Cross to do was tell him that he could not get the warrant, which we end up hearing later on, and we find out what's really going on. I guess sometimes you got to shut your mouth, right?
I think he wanted the warrant or the name of the owner of the house, which he couldn't find. Which he couldn't find either.
Right. He wanted a warrant, but by him telling this guy, I can't get a warrant no way, and the guy giving him not empty information. He did give him some information, but it wasn't what he wanted, but it still ended up working out in his favor later on.
It came back
You know,
later.
the specifics. So, anybody want to talk about Cross and this lady here? Anybody? Because I don't know what y'all were going to discuss.
Which lady was that? That's the lady in the wheelchair, the judge, or whatever?
That's when they found the DNA on her and her dog was taken out. But Samson had to make him call the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, she said closed caption. I don't think Chris knew how much info he gave. No, he definitely did not know. No. Both of them gave each other information, but he did not know what he gave him. And that always goes back into play with Cross. You tell him something, he gonna hold on to it. So Sampson has the information for Cross, let him know whose DNA was found on the scarf that was taken from the wife at the time of her murder. Because they never could find the scarf. The scarf was wherever it was, and they ended up finding it at the house because the son had it on. So it ends up being this lady's DNA. But of course, we know she didn't do that unless this happened after the fact. You know, because she's in a doggone wheelchair. You know, it don't mean anything, but we know she wasn't the one that walked in. I say that. But couldn't find out they took her dog out. So whoever it was got her DNA from her house, or either from her house, and they took out the damn dog. Like
they took their dog. Yeah,
people are crazy. Like they go through hell and high water just to do something. But they, you know, put their minds together and they talk or whatever. They try to figure out who did this. And he, of course, when he finds out that her dog was taken out, it's a wrap now. You know, he is really on 10.
Yeah, and I guess they're just really trying to figure out what case that they work together on. That
and that's what what's his name, Jerry?
Jerry something.
Yeah, Jerry something.
Or
and
Jeremy,
I forgot what happened with them, but yeah, they were putting their minds together, trying to figure out who do they have in common.
Right.
Because you unalive my dog, and somebody took out this wife. Like, why are all these lines crossing? Why is everything blurred? It's a lot going on. Bruh didn't want Cross to dump her out. Listen.
Well,
baby, she probably got a motor scooter, a power scooter on that thing. That thing probably got a battery for your ears. She probably go faster than that's not funny. Let me stop. So we have Bobby Trey being called by. He's being a jerk at this restaurant, and which I love Bobby Trey, y'all. I love Bobby Trey, by the way. And he was being a jerk at the restaurant. You know, he act like he wanted to do something to the people if the food was nasty, but anyway, but he ended up getting a phone call from Ed, and Ed let him know. He lets Ed know that he could not get they didn't get the warrant. So, any thoughts on this with the people putting the pieces together?
This scene kind of got on my nerves because DeLackner, is that the detective's name? She was not very helpful, to be honest. Anyway, everybody in the room was basically saying this is a cut and dry case. They were back talking about Emir or whatever with Alex, and Samson were trying to tell him, hey, it's more to the story. We need to investigate more, and they were just trying to close the case. Interesting. She was a guest on the panel for that VKJ was on and Tika Deshawn was on yesterday.
Oh,
they had
right.
Yes.
Okay.
And, so she talks about the fact that basically, like, as a woman in a male-dominated field, you know, basically it's a competition out there. So she wasn't trying to not be helpful at the beginning. She just kind of fighting for her place. But she was like, I redeemed myself though at the end, you know, where I helped out. I made sure I was helpful at the end. So that's really cool. It's always cool when we can, you know, hear a perspective from the actual actors. Hear about their characters. That's really cool.
Okay. Cool beans. That's dope. I gotta go check that out. So they are here still trying to sweep Tavi and Tavio, Vanessa, and the other person. I forgot his name. But they're still trying to sweep those murders under the rug, and they're not cut and dry. Those are linked cases. Tavio was taken out. What's his name? Emir was taken out. Then Tavio was taken out because of whatever going on with Emir. And then Vanessa was taken out because she had the phone and the information on the phone. So they're trying not to link those together. They're just trying to do these cases cut and dry and be done and over with. But they want to leave Vanessa they say they want to leave Vanessa's open, I think. But
yeah, because they were gonna do
police work, but they're telling them, no, these are this is that. But they want to say everybody's on drugs. Any thoughts?
Typical, because they were trying to, I guess, say that Tavio did it, and then they're like, okay, but then he would call him for help. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really make no sense. But
one thing she mentioned was that she was like, she represents basically like real people who really think like this. That like, you know, well, he black, so it must have been gang related. It must have been drug related. It must have been, you know, all the isms. It must have been that, and not taking it seriously because they just want to close the case and they just don't care. And that's very sad, but we know how our systems work, unfortunately. So,
yep.
Sadly. And then she was trying to be like a little bit of a kiss behind too with the other lady cop, because of the whatever her title was. She wanted to close the case, so she was like, whatever she want to do, that's what we're gonna do. She wasn't trying to hear what Cross and them was trying to say.
So we get to this nut job, and he's singing, "I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair." I say, what the ham and cheese? Why are we doing this, Ed? Like, why? Why is Shannon still getting this treatment? You are bleaching this lady's hair. You are bleaching her eyebrows. Ed was really doing it. Team too much. Any thoughts on this? And then his mom with this song that he hated, but of course it's embedded in his brain and he can't get the song out of his head. Just any thoughts on this part of him and, you know, his treatment of Shannon?
He wants this to be perfect. She has to be perfect. You know, he's matching her up with her twin in this book. And so he has to make all of the necessary changes for the exact same reason why he cut off Amir's head or hair, his locks, and why she made him eat when he didn't eat pork, but the serial unaliver that he was matching him up to, his last meal was, I think, some pork chops.
Yeah,
something like that. So that's the reason why Emir didn't have pork chops and a chocolate cupcake, I think it was.
Crazy. So we have Cross still working, trying to get a am I muted? Okay. Detective Cross still trying to get the judge to give him a warrant for this place, and he's saying that it's about drugs and that he wants to get there because it's linked to all these people, but of course they don't think so. They don't want it to be, or they just act like they just really don't care. I don't understand what's going on with these people, but they really just, it's like no, you know, I don't know if did he give it to him? I can't remember.
Yeah, because that's when he used what the other black lady had said about it being like a drug house against her to get the warrant to go search it for paraphernalia.
Oh Lord. So we get this nut again. And he's telling poor Shannon that she is not fat enough. I will give you a feeding tube
if you don't eat this food.
If you don't eat the food I provide you.
Her and this timer. This poor lady.
This
He
lady.
couldn't have found nobody else closer. Like he's like, you look just like her, but now we got the bleach hair and bleach eyebrows and knock teeth out later and fatten up faces. Like, well, how much does she look like her? Then if you have to do all of that, I'm just saying.
Right. Right. She looks like a completely different person
Yeah, I didn't think she looked
than
like
when we first saw her.
Yeah, she does. Well, I mean, I guess that's what he saw, but I don't know what she cooking, child. But I don't know what he saw, but he saw something in her. I don't know, maybe the eyes. I don't know what it was because I couldn't look at you and be like, oh, if I just knock your teeth out and bleach your hair and fatten your face. No, it's too much.
But I feel like, I mean, wasn't it revealed later on though that maybe it was somebody else, but she was
Know what?
somebody's sister? I don't know.
Whose sister?
Kitty, what you cooking?
Listen. So y'all got to this part where he was asking her about the rash, and he's gonna feed her, right? Y'all already talked about this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh Jesus. So we have where they are in the house. They finally get to the house. They walking in. They're gonna raid it, and then they are there to pretty much see what they can find, and they find absolutely nothing. Ed has the rooms, where he and Shannon is. He has them. This is the part you want to talk about, Kira?
No, I mean he fooled me because I just thought they was just down in the basement, but clearly not.
Mm-hmm.
And when she started screaming, mustard! Oh, and then her screaming, I was like, oh dang, can't nobody hear you down there, baby
She's
girl.
excited. She's thinking that she's gonna get out. She's hollering, screaming, help. He started screaming help. I said, oh Jesus, so this is what we're really doing? And he was like, can't nobody hear you. They can't hear you at all, ma'am.
Hear you. And they didn't know where they were in that house. They were in some secret area of the house. So crazy.
Yeah, like first I thought they were just simply down in the basement, but I was like, oh no, not just simply in the basement. You can't.
And then something about the way the houses are made in the area about the basement. He was able to add concrete and some 18 inches of 18 something. I'm like, you really were working on this house that you don't even live in. Like, this is not even your house, but this is what we're doing. Okay. It was really focused on getting it done where can't nobody even, see him or be there, like nothing. Like he was really handling his business and doing the due diligence. So we get here and we get
she is pleased with herself, child.
Okay.
Right.
Somebody talk about her because I want to say some real not so nice words.
She was talking itch.
And it was just funny because it was like we didn't find no drugs here either. Like, no, we didn't find no tissue, we didn't find no, but we didn't find what you said was here either. So what? Take the smirk off your face, because we all taking L's today, okay?
Exactly.
And then Detective Massey, is telling Samson like get her on track. I mean, not her, but get him on track. Like he is losing it. But everybody think I ain't gonna say he ain't losing it, but I mean, he really going through it. He really
it's like he's just
get it solved.
Yeah, he's just right
this thing out.
He's not wrong though. He's like just right there. He just can't follow through, and they keep deterring him. So,
oh, Debbie say break up, meet thermometer.
Now, had he listened to what's her name earlier, Chris earlier, and thought it through, then maybe we wouldn't have to double back later. But
exactly. Right.
Thoughts on Cross going through the motions because it's the anniversary, and the conversation he has with the radio personality, the DJ. I was like, y'all not gonna get the waterworks out of me today. I'm not gonna cry about this. Not doing it. Not doing it. Y'all, anybody felt emotional other than me?
Yeah, I felt emotional. I felt bad for the DJ. Can you imagine being on the other end of that call? Like, not you
Yeah.
calling to talk about your deceased wife that was taken out on an anniversary like that.
Yeah.
It's not that type of show, sir, but okay.
But he hung in there with him, and
He did.
he was gracious, and it was nice to see because I felt like in his own way, this is how he was trying to move through the group.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it may not have been outward the way family and friends wanted him to, but he was making a step.
Yeah, because he
Mhm.
said he hadn't
So,
listened to it since I think that since she passed or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he has to like explain it to the guy. He was like, his wife passed. I know he said his wife died or was passed away. Oh, he said his wife was killed. And then he was
Mhm.
like, what do you mean killed? Like an accident? Like he was like, no, murdered. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was
Oh
emotional. It was
gosh. And then you
definitely
see the
definitely a
flashbacks.
tearjerker. Mm-hmm.
I was like, we're not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. But
It
it
was a
was very and I would say this was very therapeutic for him where he could just talk to somebody, because a lot of times you just need to talk. I don't care
Yeah,
who it
talk
is.
it
You can be
out.
talking to the
Mm-hmm.
tree. You
so
sometimes you need to talk,
I had a question too.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all know I think Samson is fine, but I don't trust him. And so how did he get in the house? Does he have a key?
Well, he's best friend. So he may have a key. I never thought about that as far as how, but I always just assumed, he might have had a key because he's the best friend and he's there with the children a lot. So,
Yeah, I'm
you
assuming
know,
he had a key.
Okay, if
I
he's there
just,
with the kids, that may be the case. I just feel like every time something crazy happened and every time he needed to be lifted up, Samson was right there.
well,
And
people
when we
don't
get to the
trust
part at the
Samson.
end, Samson again, he always is there.
Hmm.
And I'll talk about it more when we get to that part, but I just know I got my eye on him looking.
So you
I'm
haven't gone
sidelined.
past episode 4.
No, I have not.
Oh,
Bless
okay.
your soul.
I have not.
Bless you, my sister.
Good job.
Bless you.
I'm watching them two at a time when we do this because
Ooh, I
it's
couldn't
so
Okay,
help
so you
it.
intense.
are really giving a
First impression.
yes. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yes.
So, either of y'all want to talk about this with Cross and what's her name? I forgot her name. The
Brenda.
crackhead, Brenda. Yeah, Brenda got a baby. Brenda.
Mm. Brenda's
I'm
barely
sorry.
got a brain. That's for sure. I just thought that this was not a good plan. It was two of y'all and it was too much ground to cover. And then where did Samson go? And then you talking to her and now you following her.
Where did Samson go? See what I'm saying?
Oh, Miss Kira. I mean, did you say where did Samson go? So yeah, it was a lot of ground to cover. It was only just them two, and then you walk up and Brenda pop up behind you and was like, "Hi."
Hi.
And she talking about some starships, see spaceships on Bankhead. I said, "What the hell?" She talking about some sky that's calling me. I said, "This lady really acting like a cuckoo crackhead." But
Baby, listen.
Oh.
Brenda
But
was
then she
in
started acting.
character.
She says that she saw the guy. Yeah, through there. It was the way she described it though. She was like, "Oh yeah, no, just
All the
go on
way in
back
the
that
back.
way." I ain't never going when somebody tell me just going all the way back to the back. I'm never going all the way.
All
yeah,
the way to the back.
and then
You
she
first,
tiptoeing
ma'am. You
away.
first.
Thank you.
Yeah, like no. And I know where we at. We in a crack
It was
house.
too many other bodies in there. Like they could jump on y'all. Y'all be just no, it's too much.
Mhm.
And I've never been here and it's dark. Like my little nephew say, it's dark time. It's dark time. I don't know. And
Yeah.
yes, I think Cross was a little slipping a little bit because he was drinking previously. So I'm gonna just put it on
Well, he
that.
was
He was a little
drinking,
inebriated.
and
So I'm
to
gonna put it on
Letitia's
that.
point, Samson took him over there because he came and got him up out of his drunken slumber and took him over there. They
They
found the
come
car
up
and then
to
they went on in there.
Yeah.
Just saying. It does look bad.
So Samson is in there with the music. He's in there standing 2 feet tall over everybody, and he's in there with the music. So it's like I'm with Letitia a little bit now. It's like, why are you in here and not over there? Like she said, back there. Like, why are you not back there? Why are you in here? But anywho,
who was he talking to?
We get Shannon. I mean, not Shannon. Jesus, Brenda pull out her blicky. And, she pows. And of course, it seems as if he took her out, but we end up finding out later on that, it was a defaulted in the bullets that was in the gun or something.
Yeah, they was defective or something like that.
Yeah. So it was like, again, it was like a suicide by cop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But somebody set her up to do it. Somebody set her up to attempt something on his life. But I don't know her significance in this whole story. I don't know.
I think she was just used as a pawn. It was set up to make it look like he did it, like just to do it, as opposed to it being self-defense, which is what it was.
Yeah.
But it also was revenge for that lady that we found out later. I can't remember if that was episode 3 or episode 4. Right. Deidre. For Deidre, because the other lady used to be a CO.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I mean, she got hooked on them. Jesus Christ.
On them things.
So then we get Cross is laying on the couch, child, and the baby say, "You funky. I need you to go wash, Daddy. I need you to use some Irish Spring, some Zest, and Coast. I need you to use all 3 of them together."
Little Ivory.
No, Ivory ain't strong enough. We need that strong, that breakout.
We add them in with the other 3 or 4.
Yeah, we need you to use that strong soap that make you feel like you done broke out in something, okay?
Oh no.
Like the baby said, you don't smell too good. Any thoughts on him, his and the detective, as if she's coming in to, being accusatory and whatnot?
I don't even remember what she came. What did she come in and say in this scene? I don't forgot now. Oh, she said that he was clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Monique.
And also that he that she just put her neck on the line for him, so hopefully he can, move through his grief and still stay on the case and be cool. And he said he assured her that he can. So
kids would definitely tell the truth.
He was like, whew.
They don't
a little
care.
lusty.
Right. That's how I'm saying. Normally it may take 2-3 days for you, if depends on what you've been doing. But
he was drinking. He was drinking and running around and powing at people.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
The drinking probably was enough to do it. Is drinking, not bathe, and he's in there sweating.
Yeah, and then it was a club too, so I guess that would, put you in a little funk box. So.
Because how long it been since he watched it?
My thing was, how much alcohol did you drink? Because I know when people can drink, you can smell it on them.
Mm-hmm.
But how much did you consume? Jesus Christ!
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't trust that potbelly heifer no how. I didn't trust her.
Potbelly, goodbye. Good night.
I ain't trust.
Lights out.
I ain't trust her. And that fake baby in her belly.
That's hilarious. Hey, Monique.
Yeah. So they end up finding Brenda's car or whatnot. So, and then they end up getting a clue to go to the grave site. And it ends up being a dress hanging up in the tree. And that dress does not belong to Maria, which is Cross's wife. So, and that's like, who damn dresses this?
But Cross does recognize it, though.
Right.
He does recognize it. He does. Any thoughts on this nut job right here and Shannon again?
No. Mm-mm. Nope. He just always just simmering, just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, just under the surface, just talking ish, just bleaching hair and knocking teeth out. Like whole time, he just a little nut. He's a good villain. He's annoying.
So we have Cross back at the office, and he's thinking hard. He's thinking overtime, and he's thinking about all the conversation that he's had information about a dead boat on the door. I guess he observed the dead boat looking a certain way. Something about the National Bank and then a brothel. So he's getting all these conversations in his head, and he's asking Wu about 41st Street, the house on the 41st Street. So of course now Wu is going to let Bobby Trey know that they are on the way to 41st Street.
Oh, did he? I missed that part, y'all.
No, I think
well, we didn't see it, but we know that it. We know that's I'm gonna jump in ahead. So we end up knowing that's what happened later on. But he ended up letting he's trying to call Ed, but Ed is not picking up.
Right.
Yeah,
Ed not picking up. He's calling Ed. Ed not picking up.
And that's when Alex's spidey senses started going on when they were talking about. I think they were talking about Emir or however you pronounce it. And they're talking about them already searching and how the sister, they already had searched the house, and the sister said something about cutting the hair. So he was putting that in his mental Rolodex. And then Chris has said something about it was an Egyptian embassy, First National Bank, and then a brothel. And he was like, oh, Blue Alleys.
Yeah.
So now he gonna run his behind back over there.
Right.
And Bobby Trey said, when did they say that Bobby Trey told him? I missed that part. I know.
Well, they didn't say it. I went ahead. I jumped ahead because we find that out in episode 4.
Oh, Bobby Trey's trying to call him though. He's trying to call him while he's sitting there talking to this woman.
Yes.
Bobby Trey is trying to call him to tell him, hey, listen, Price is the building, but that Alex is back over there.
Right.
And you think there's a reason why he came back. He didn't just come back because he just want to come to the house. He came because he figured out something else. And this is where he warns him that he's not going to stop. Alex is not going to stop looking. He's not going to stop pursuing the situation. I used to work with him, basically. He's not going to stop. I know how he is. And here we go.
Yeah, so we get to the I'm trying to skip ahead a little bit, where they end up getting in the house, they break in and they find what they need. They did get something. Bobby Trey gets in there as well. Ed didn't want to answer the phone, but he ended up, letting Ed know we got to go now because they're here.
Right.
Of course, he does get away with Shannon on his shoulder, but he drops the good book. And of course, the guy that owns the house or is over the house or whatever is trying to stop them from doing it. But, and we see that on his wrist, he does have this tattoo that we've been seeing on different people that are working with them. So they are near Shannon just like that, but she gets away with Bobby Trey.
Yes, it's on.
And
like Kira just said.
Go
ahead.
Go ahead.
It was on the book.
Yeah.
The same tattoo he had is the same tattoo. So these people are in cahoots.
Yeah. And Bobby Trey negotiated his fee, child, because he was not about to take Shannon in that book nowhere. He was like, I just let it all fall out. But he wanted his 2.2 million. Yes. Me too, Bobby Trey. Me too. Okay.
So I have a question. So were we the only ones that saw the tattoo?
I didn't see it. I'm sure Carl saw it, but I don't know.
They never alluded to it.
He never had anything a reason to put 2 and 2 together because he never. I don't think he ever saw it anywhere else. But I don't know.
Don't think he saw it because it was never. I don't remember ever being brought up in the series at all because remember we had the guy at the coffee shop, right? And then who else had it? But when his thing went up, I feel like he grabbed it. I don't think Alex saw it because he was busy fiddling around with the wall.
Yeah, he grabbed it.
I don't know
from
if the other officer, Samson
had it, and he grabbed it. So they never saw it. Now, I guess when later on, of course, we'll see what's going on. But with this part,
there's DeMarcus with the name.
We'll talk about Bobby Trey running, and the amount of money and this, that, and the third. Oh, sorry. So let me answer her question. What did you tell that woman about her husband? So because she was trying to pump up her chest a little bit at him when she was talking to Ed, he wanted something, but she said, he said he was supposed to dispose of something, but he didn't dispose of a book or a folder or something. He didn't burn it like she asked him to. And she was like, when he told her that he didn't do it, she said, I'll go ahead and get the Yellowstone agenda going on. And of course, she kind of stuttering and she's nervous about it. And he's saying that your husband is probably waiting on a hole big enough to poke.
If y'all had a kid,
it's underage people.
Yeah. Because he was saying that whatever he was supposed to burn, he didn't burn it, but also he was still keeping tabs on the husband. But she was also trying to get pregnant. He was like, I was injecting you when you was trying to get the IVF treatments.
Okay.
So he was like, good thing y'all didn't have that baby because you were just waiting for a hole to, I said, oh Lord.
Yeah, Tamika, everybody in the network had that tattoo. So us as the audience saw it, but they didn't see it pretty much. What's going on, DeMarcus? And what was the score with the Cowboys and the Commanders again? I can't remember. Let me know. Yeah, he did have info on her husband. Listen, she thought she knew what she was dealing with, but she didn't know what she was dealing with. She was probably grooming him to become who he is, or he was working with her so that he could get stuff. But yeah, he probably was working with her so he could have stuff. But like I said earlier, he has a lot of people that's working with him or for him that he could make do stuff. So that's why it seems like it's who is it? But it's everybody.
She thought she thought she had the upper hand because also she knew that he didn't go to Wharton. And that was something to do with security clearance, which I guess she said was a felony, I think.
Yeah.
So I think she thought that's why she was like, I ain't gonna give you nothing until he said he still had the whatever that he didn't burn and he was keeping tabs. And my mom was like, well, that's chestnut checkers. So
yep.
Yikes. So she was saying, I taught you, but you don't know everything that I know. So I think she thought she had the upper hand. She ain't have the upper hand.
Yeah. So anybody want to discuss Bobby Trey and his $2.2 or $2.3 million?
$2.2 million. And how that lady did not put up a better fight in that tunnel.
But he had that big old knife though.
I would have been cut. I mean, we just would have been tussling and rolling around.
He crazy though.
Because she only just needed long enough for them to get in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just needed long enough. It was right behind. It was right behind them. So
yep.
But they ended up
finding out.
But he still had he had a different pathway to get out of the house, because even when they did get in there, when they went they got into the room, when they tried to get back out, they got a dead end basically.
Yeah, they got a dead end.
Yeah, I guess they went out the wrong tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about all that hollering that she was doing before? Like you knew they were coming in the house because you heard them on the phone. You were running in the tunnels. You don't think I'd have been tussling and screaming? That's right. And she was kind of screaming at first. He was like, "Look." No, I would have kept screaming, and we would have been tussling.
So of course now they get the book and they see that that the serial unalivers end up having twins. Well, he created twins for them. So they end up, looking at this book and it was like, okay, he did this to Emir, he did that to this person, and Eileen doesn't have a match. Who is going to be Eileen's match? And I'm like, this man is very calculated. So anybody want to talk about Bobby Trey and this?
That's your boo thing. I said, that's your boo thing. He didn't have the book, but he had the girl.
I love Bobby Trey. But he
and then Ed started talking about, what if I tell you what if I tell you I'm gonna take out Mojo? Is that the dog's name? He was like, is that a threat? I said, yeah, you don't be playing people's dogs now, sir.
Okay.
Because he would say he could make another book, which he could, but he couldn't, because according to them, they had like all kinds of tissue and blood and stuff. So I was like, you can get the pictures, but you can't get the rest of that stuff.
Yeah, can't get it.
And so he basically said he wasn't going to give him
scrapbook.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to get your money till you get his money till he got the book.
Yeah. And he's like, what if I kill your dog and said make another mojo? Like, what would you do?
He's like, is that a threat? I said, come on, crazy.
Oh, Bobby Trey. I love Bobby Trey.
That's the only thing that I did like about him is that he was not scared of Ed. He just did not care because
he said none of that matters without the doggone book.
Now Ed is mental, but Bobby Trey is nuts though. So I think they definitely match. I'm like,
he's cuckoo, Kachu. He is loco. All righty. So that was episode 3, The Good Book. And we see that book was worth $2.3 million to Ed. Shannon and the book was worth that, but we know more than likely. Squabble up. Stop. If y'all are not listening to GNX,
Tamika says she wants Shannon to fight Ed.
Right. If y'all not listening to GNX, no skips, you're not living right, okay?
Because Tamika said she wants Shannon to fight Ed. So I said, yeah, she can squabble up.
When crazy be crazy with Bobby Trey and Ed Ramsey, yes, definitely that.
For sure. Like, how do these two get connected together? Such an odd pair, but
so we
and I want to know what was Bobby Trey's motivation, because to just work for Ed for what? For money? Just for money?
Money.
Yeah.
I guess. Ooh.
So episode 4 starts out with this guy, wrist tape, and he is trying to get loose, trying to break away, and he cannot break away. And then all of a sudden we get this young lady, we don't know who she is, but she started whacking on him real bad, y'all. She wails on him. I don't know who he is to her, but she ain't want him to exist no more.
I think they're supposed to have a date or something like that.
Huh?
I think they're supposed to be on a date or something like that, is what they said in the court.
I guess so long. I tried to watch it today again, but that didn't go the way I wanted it.
Yeah, Deirdre.
Yeah, so this is Deirdre. Yeah, so Deirdre ends up, I think she whacked the man like 17 times and with a bat or something.
And I don't know. She went to work on him. Yeah, she met him online.
Yeah, it's a bat. Okay, it's a bat. And of course, they go to court, and we see that the officer that was working with Cross, this is where everything started. So this is how she gets tangled up in her hair being on Maria's scar.
Yeah, she's the DA, I think. DA or the assistant.
It's a whole lot of moving parts in this, okay? Yeah, I think that. Yes. That mean green. Yes.
And how we got here, because at first I was confused, like how we get from it was the other guy, and then we went to the crack house looking for him, and then Brenda had took him out. But Brenda was the CO for this girl, and then it took me a minute to realize how we got here was the dress in the tree at the gravesite.
Yes.
Because I was like, how do we get here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so whose dress was it then?
Deirdre's.
Was it Deirdre's?
Deirdre's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole lot. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of moving parts.
I didn't catch all this. That's until I watched the second time.
Yeah, that's the dress.
I was like, well, whose dress was it? Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, there it is. But he's being haunted.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that he's being haunted by that. I mean, we don't have much here. This was the her trial, and Alex ended up. I think he was the psychologist that had to examine her, and he, in his testimony, he basically told the jury and everybody that she was, she had no redeemable qualities, that she couldn't be safe, or she wouldn't be safe in public, and she wouldn't be able to be released back out to the public. So they put her away.
Yep. And that was it for that. That was that on that. So I wonder if Ed Ramsey knew about Deirdre's case. Child, somebody knew about it, okay? Somebody that mattered. People that mattered knew about it.
But
that's why I said it's two different things.
yeah, are they connected or are they, because this is the reason why his testimony and him it being used as the reason to put her away was
Mm-hmm.
why he's being targeted, why
Mm-hmm.
he's being stalked. And so I'm like, okay, does it have anything to do with Aaron Ramsey? Does it, you know, is he part of the group?
I think I could safely say without spoiling that that is two different things, because if you think about it, I can't remember if it was the end of episode 4. Ed was calling somebody and was like, we need to deal with Alex. He's becoming a problem. So clearly he wasn't even knowing about none of that because Alex was not even on his radar like that. So it's two different things.
Yeah. So
And
now
that's
we
without
have
spoiling anything.
Nana. That's why I was like, yeah, because I know if I say something, I'll be spilling it out. So we have Nana Mama telling, we got the kids in there playing on the piano, and brother, what's his name? Damon wants to play the mom song on the piano, and she was like, no, don't play mom's song. Of course, we know it's going to upset the dad, and Grandma Nana Mama is like, you need to do something because your kids are like
tiptoeing around you.
They're really going through it. Like they can't even play the piano without it being a problem. So Damon, thank you, DeMarcus. Yeah. Of course, we've already said what we had to say about him. So anybody have thoughts on this and how they are putting the puzzles together, pieces of the puzzle together for.
This is the part where it was like that I was saying when I was texting you, I was like, oh my God, it's so much going on in this episode because it was so much to put together. That's why I was like, oh girl, I want to take this part. Because that's when we had to go through each person and each piece that he had, and each this was related to this, was related to that. I was like,
what I liked about
he was. Go ahead, Letitia.
What I liked about this scene was that it finally showed that he had something. This team of officers just were not on the same page. It seemed even opposite of each other. But this is where he was able to gather them all and say, see, this is what I was talking about. It's this, and this. Because they just couldn't seem to believe that there was something else going on when it absolutely was. And so now it seems like they're on the same page. Now, how we'll get to it because the book situation it made me mad.
Any thoughts, Kira?
We'll get to it.
No, is this? I guess this was the part we found out. We put the two pieces together with Shannon also, because after we went over the book and the tissue and the blood and the different unalivers and their twins, and there was one person left that he needed to complete the book because it was 11 out of 12. And then that's when the black lady finally stepped up and was like, oh, this girl is missing. If you dye her hair blonde, she looked just like her. And I was like, well, I guess.
Yep.
But she said something about being somebody's sister. Now, whose sister was she?
Eileen. She said if you dye her blonde, she could be Eileen's sister.
Right. The lady that he wants her to be anyway.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that, but we're going to go with it.
Stuff, right?
She still started looking like her. She looked like she was looking like her.
Yeah,
them blonde eyebrows and that hair and
but I feel like the only part that looked like her was really I know she said that and that's what we were supposed to think like Ed think and that's what she thought, but to me I'm like, no, you had to make, that's what I was saying when you stepped away, you had to make too many changes to get her to look like Eileen. Her teeth wasn't like hers. You had to make the blonde. So I'm like, what was it? The eyes? I'm like, then the face wasn't fat enough. So I'm like, so they, like, child, I guess. Yeah, once you started bleaching her hair and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, if you look at it hard, deep enough, I mean, I guess you could say, yeah, she. I mean, I guess because I've seen it, I could see it. But I mean, when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, well, she can look like her a little bit if you do all these things. Which, of course, we know by the time we had already seen the hair and the eyebrows being bleached. But we get to this point, and they are at the family house of Shannon, and they finally get the information the daughter is missing, and you know, to let her know that they're, you know, that they think she's still alive. But he was like, "Aren't you?" She was like, "Aren't you detectives? So you here to tell me that information, right?" But you know, of course, he's like, "No, we think she's alive." I'm glad they put an alert because how long has it been since that she's been missing? But I guess if she talks to mom every day, you know,
Mhm.
shoot, one day could be more than enough for, you know, some people.
I guess it's whatever the missing person thing is. Is it 24 hours, 48 hours? Because you know, whatever it is, because you know you can't report nobody missing until a certain amount of time. So I'm assuming whatever time frame. It looked like that mama was like, I ain't heard from her, and she went, and they probably told her, oh, it's only whatever hours, and whatever that hours was, she checked in and made that report, or at least that's my my synopsis of it. So probably a couple of days.
Yeah.
But
So
I
this
feel like
part
that
is
mama was
where we
calling it
find
Nick
out
too.
that Emir was on dating apps and that he had a choice,
A preference.
male or female. So yeah. But I'm glad they did talk to the family and the family did divulge that information to him so that we would, you know, get there.
And I got that early on because when he was on that recording, he was saying, I went on a date and something happened. He did something to me. And I was like, oh, he's gay. Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But then
Hopefully,
the sister didn't know that the mom knew.
But I think
Huh?
this, well, yeah, she didn't know that the mom knew, but yeah, they both knew they just didn't say that to each other. Ain't
Right.
that crazy?
but
Well,
that's what isn't
it
that what
wasn't
we
the
do
sister's
though?
business. Yeah, it wasn't the sister's business to tell though. And then the mom, she was like, well,
But
why did you
yeah,
say something? She was like, the mom was like, I was waiting for him to be comfortable. I'm like,
Yeah, but isn't that what we do though when somebody does come out and we actually already know? We're just like, child, we just waiting on you to say something. Okay, thank you. You know what
yeah,
I mean? So, like, woo, you know, interesting that they didn't talk to each other, but if they both knew it or thought
yeah.
it, so well, moving on.
Mm-mm-mm. Now, what was this? He bought, so he got a whole new house to put her in. And what is this? Or maybe he already owned it because it sounds like he owns several properties. Or maybe it's somebody with one of the tattoos. They didn't elaborate on that. But what is this? A wine cellar that he had to put
uh-huh.
extra soundproofing on?
Child, ain't
Mm-hmm.
no telling. I don't know how proof it was, but I'm sure I know it was, but I don't know if it was concrete and 18 slabs of stuff. I don't. He didn't give
No,
us
but he
all that
said it was
information.
pretty good, whatever, when he came in there.
Yeah.
And he was going to add some more soundproof barriers.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
and then she was trying to like soften up to him, like, I wish we could talk. I wish we could just, you know. And I'm like, child, this man is not finna fall for you. He ain't fooling with you. Like, you might well calm down because he ain't paying you no
You are a
attention. I'm
project. He
like,
does not
girl,
really
don't.
like you like that.
But you know what? It was interesting though, because that's why she was attracted to him in the first place. Well, to his profile and what he said in his profile, because I think she's an artist too. She's definitely interested in art. And she was familiar with the artist of the artwork that he had. And so they were discussing that, which I thought that was super interesting. That she was like, oh yeah, you know, they're talking about the beauty in dying or the beauty in death, and basically it's making
That
it's this
museum.
was all about art, and they seem to be truly connecting. I don't know how far she thought it was gonna go, but
Well, you see, he had her at that museum, and she was really into it on that date. Well, she should
yeah,
have, once she was catfish,
Mm-hmm.
that should have been the end of it. And I
yeah,
really feel like, had she not been a victim, she would have been one of these people with that symbol on her wrist, working
yeah,
with him, doing whatever.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She almost made me think that she was getting ready to, like, she was about to be a willing participant
Yeah.
in in his or in her own torture and demise. So
It's like she wanted to get it over with. Well, not get it over with, but it's like, I'm gonna like you just for the moment so I can get the hell up out of here. I'm gonna do whatever you want me to do. I'm gonna be your girlfriend, your boo, or whatever. That's what it seemed like to me. Like she wanted to just do that to get,
I'm just
you know.
surprised she didn't know who. I guess because she didn't. She was into the death and into the art, so she guess she wasn't necessarily into the Kellogg's Unalivers.
Mm-hmm.
Because why did you not know who Eileen Wuornos is? Because clearly
Yeah.
you didn't know what your end, like what the end result is. I think she thought she could still get herself out of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
There was no
Yeah.
that there was no you getting out of this.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Miss Barbara, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know, but but I know they got the same color bleach in their hair. Cause good
That's how you
gracious,
knew how to put that up there. Look,
gracious.
that's T18 on there.
Okay. So this part is where they are discussing the Amir's dating profile and Shannon's dating profile, and the people that they never had the same people. So it was like how did we get here? You know, I guess with Ed, like how did we get here? And he was they was like, we don't see it, and he was like, yeah, you got to. He was going in on it. He was saying, is this, is that, is
Yeah,
that.
that was when my
Yeah,
brain
he
started
was
itching
thinking
again.
deeper than what they were. Mm-hmm.
Because
I
I was
love
like,
how they were.
I rewound that a couple of times and I still couldn't tell you like exactly who was the match with what and how we got over here. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. I feel like you have to watch it a couple of times before you truly like can put
Yeah.
all the pieces together. But I like how they were anticipating all of his questions and answering his questions before he even put them out there. But then he still had
Mm-hmm.
one more up on them. And so I'm like, well, you are not smarter than Alex Cross, ladies. Unfortunately, he got
Mm-hmm.
this.
She's definitely that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't take that from her. So
No.
here, anybody want to talk about this part where they get Nana Mama, Nancy, and Damon, and all of them are at the karaoke singing? Anybody want to talk about that?
So
Oh, child.
I was gonna say, so earlier Nana Mama was talking to him because the little boy is supposed to be in the little Mozart, not Mozart, but whatever the little gifted program is for the piano. And he's, I guess, trying to pick a song, and the daughter sister was saying, don't play that song, because I guess that was the mother's favorite song. She didn't want dad to be sad. So Nana Mama was kind of like, listen, we got to get our act together and get back to these kids. So she wanted to get back to, I guess, this karaoke night that they did. He didn't want to do it, so she had lied and said that they would do without him. But then she got the little girlfriend involved. So the little girlfriend spun him around in the car, ha ha, we doing karaoke. And I thought this was a lot of fun. They was having a good time at first. We getting up there singing, Lady Marmalade, all the songs, all the Rihanna and everything else. And we got costumes and we got, we dancing and everybody's having a good time until we get to the grand finale and we press the button. And then all of a sudden it is the 911 tape of when his wife passed away. I said, oh Lord, the girlfriend tried to get it off quick. The poor baby was crying. I was like, and then his little detective friend came and was like, well, I can't tell you who did it, like with a Bluetooth or whatever. Like it could be anybody. I was like, why would
See, he was in the Samson was there.
Yeah.
Samson was there with his sunglasses on. And I'm just like, But when that recording started, oh my gosh, I just started screaming at the TV, like, who did this? Who why would you do that?
I was saying, why it took so long to get and turn it off? But
oh my gosh, it was upset. Because at first it was kind of like silent. And we're like, okay, play the song.
Right.
And when that thing started playing, I said, oh my gosh, the little girl crying in the background. I said, Jesus.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking, actually. It was and crazy, just
because that's traumatizing.
I was angry.
All over again. And then the girlfriend and then Ella's like, I'm sorry. She's like, I thought this would be good for us. And he was like, it was. Like, this isn't your fault. Like, you couldn't have predicted. I'm not gonna lie, I started at this point. I know people have said Samson, and I did have my eye on Samson, but I also was like, Does the girlfriend have anything to do with anything? Because you'll see as we progress, this is a couple times with her. I mean, we'll get answers at the end, so we're gonna see what's what. But at this point, I didn't think that she did that per se because she seemed so upset by it. But
But she could be acting. And my thought, two things. One, I thought that I side-eyed her too. Because I was like, isn't she friends with Aunt Ramsey, first of all? And then I also side-eyed, remember I told you I'm already side-eyeing Samson.
Samson.
But in addition, I was thinking Bobby, this is why I was thinking maybe they were connected. Bobby used to work with both of them, right? So
Are y'all still on this? I'm sorry, y'all still on this part?
Yes. So
okay.
So it's possible that Samson could be feeding information to Bobby. Bobby could be giving information and resources to Samson. I do not trust.
Did they work together? Because I know the lady said she fired him, but did they all three of them work together? I don't remember that part.
I just made the assumption that they worked together at some point because
Bobby Trey, and Samson, and Cross.
Yeah.
Bobby Trey was in law enforcement, yes. So I'm sure because he knew a lot about Cross because he kept telling Ed like you don't want to like So I'm sure
that lady was sick of him. She said, "I thought we got rid of him." The big boss.
But DeMarcus, was she forcing him? I mean,
no, she wasn't.
She didn't seem like she was forcing him. I think she was trying to help him move forward. I mean, he didn't get into that situation alone.
Yeah, she liked him. I mean, what else?
She seems to be real slow moving with him. Like even when like they were getting to the throes of passion, and then he'd be like, "No, stop! I can't do it." She'd be like, "Okay, you got to know it ain't okay." She like, but she's like, it's okay. I'm gonna wait. So, I feel like Samson is pushing him more into this relationship than she is, but
you gotta be mindful. I don't know how long they've been dating, but she's probably been without for however long they've been dating. So she probably want to, get a little rub on.
Yeah, I think she's taking it slow too. She doesn't seem so aggressive.
Then, she stops it. I mean, they stop.
Tamika says she doesn't think that they work together. I took it that they were all familiar with him. Okay. Yeah, the only one I was for certain was the head lady because she was like, ugh. What did she say? Robert something. I forgot what his name was. I was like, ooh. Captain Anderson. Yes, thank you, DeMarcus. DeMarcus be knowing all of them names. If I ain't taking a note, I'd be like, and so and homeboy and homegirl.
I'm just very new to this series, period. So, plus it's a lot of characters and a lot of moving parts. So I'm like, eventually I'll get them, but I'm just very new to this series anyway. So.
Yeah, because you got his personal life, you got the work, then you got victims, cases, and a lot of people.
And I don't have my closed caption on, so.
Oh, I live with my closed caption on.
Me too. So, anybody have thoughts on this? If not, how they trying to put everything together? This is a fool.
I was trying to count how many people's names was on that screen with this old fake drippy face.
Wait,
I don't know who he's supposed to be with the mask. Yeah,
I don't know who that guy. I guess I don't know who that guy is. DeMarcus may know.
But who was he?
Mike Myers. His organization of crazies. That's why I was trying to count on the screen. But
Shauna and Vega did start doing work once they realized it was work to be done.
Exactly.
Like the hard part over with now. We just need to put the puzzles together.
That's all right.
That was crazy.
So of course now he's going back to the part where he, see what he said to her and how he said it and what took place. That girl was looking crazy in the eyes. Did y'all see how she was looking?
Mhm.
Like she was looking up to the camera, like she was talking to the camera. Like she wanted him to know, like, yeah, I did this, I did that. I'm a fool, and my life is over with now. Whatever. It's like, any thoughts on this? Because Homeboy is crazy.
Sure, he said, "I do not do this for the fun, for the sport of it," which I was like, But the poor guy, he gonna try to save her and then be like, "Who are you? What is it? No, sir, just get me and run. We got no time to stop and ask questions."
See, that's the difference between us and them. We just like, let's go, versus asking questions.
Oh,
If we
that
have to
damn
fight on the way out,
Because first
we'll
I'm
just
gonna
be
look,
fighting on the way out.
behind me after I open the thing. I'm gonna look behind me. I'm gonna be like, "Girl,
Right.
you better shuffle because we got to shuffle on out of here. I'm gonna run, you gonna run, we gonna run together."
Because
Yes.
you gotta know that if she's under there, somebody's there.
Right.
Yes.
You know, looking,
Somebody's
who
watching.
put her there. So he
Mhm.
was he didn't act fast enough, unfortunately, and now he rests.
Because I'd be like, hey,
he beat the
I'm
mess out of that man.
Once the coast is clear, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back for you once the coast clear.
Right. I know that's right, because
He couldn't come back. That man took all them daggone keys. He said, "I'm gonna leave this one for the emergency. Ain't no emergencies. I got all the keys. Ain't nobody get no keys.
Yeah.
And you better not have made no copies." So it was either now or never.
That sound like puffing. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, it was that type of affair.
Anybody want to talk about this?
We already did.
That was
Oh, y'all
karaoke
did? Okay.
we talked about.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Started me every day.
Mm-hmm.
I just need some time.
With my hair back and forth was hilarious.
That was killing me. I didn't want to go through all the songs. I was to stop that Lady Marmalade and Rihanna. It was kind of replaying and yep.
Are those
Rules.
lima beans?
Yes. I hate lima beans.
Me too. Ew.
And it's giving some Chianti and some fava beans. That's what it's giving when I was looking at it. But you know.
Anybody want to talk about this?
I mean, I kind of alluded to this one earlier. This is where, she convinced him to let her out of the confines.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're having dinner and everything and having wine. But she falls for the okie doke again, child, because this time it's not the hand sanitizer. It was the wine, baby. And the next thing you know, she is falling out. And
yes, lima beans on me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Child, don't ask me.
He couldn't have food up for it. I mean, he wanted her to be free.
Yeah, free to not cut me with his knife.
Bite that. I would have to bite him.
Mm-hmm. I would have got on his nerves because I would have just jumped like when I'm not tired. I would have just jumped up. I would have been dodging around. He would have been like, "Sit still." You'd have been throwing stuff at me, popping and locking. But no,
not by his face or his finger.
Yeah, something.
So we got Bobby Trey tweaked out. Oh, baby, you got what I need.
That's Candy's favorite part when he gets to singing.
I love Bobby Trey. Bobby Trey.
Girl, you are hilarious with that. I'm like, no, sir. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh boy.
I love Bobby Trey. And I'm telling you, he looks like my nephew, like for real, for real. That ain't why I like him. I like him because of his voice, and I like the way he acts. Like he's just cuckoo. I don't know why. I don't really like the bad guys, but he's not a bad guy per se.
He is a bad guy. He's allowing this man to do all these things for cash.
I mean,
Candy, you are not about to give him a pass.
He took people out too.
Give him a pass. He is the bad guy. He's a bad guy.
It took me a lot loving Bobby Trey. Yes, I like Bobby Trey.
He took two people.
And I don't ever really root for the bad guy.
Talking about he ain't doing it. He took two people. We seen him take two people out.
Well, I guess they had to go.
Well. He even did Vanessa dirty. He said, "I'm not gonna give you the pow. I'm gonna give you a what? I would have rather you just."
Bobby Trey is not horrible. Bobby Trey is on a mission.
The only thing I liked about him is he was not scared of Ed, because I was wanting to whack Ed in his mouth all the time. And that was the only one other than Cross that was about that action. Like, what you gonna do? Oh, okay, not my dog though. Not my dog.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay, back up. A little close.
So thoughts on them with Wu and Cross and the book and Bobby, getting away.
I'm so mad at this. Like,
Disgusted.
we see the traitor here. Woo. Woo, 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 woo. No. Why would he do this? I'm a why person. Why did he do this? But also, is he gone? Because I know he ended up getting pow. So is he gone?
I don't know.
If not, is he fired? Is he being charged? Being beat down? Because
I honestly feel like, did we
mad.
see him later in the series, Candy? I don't remember seeing him again. He could be
No.
gone.
I don't
Maybe
think we
he's
see
gone.
him anymore.
But they never said he was gone. So he just disappeared. He got pow, and then that was.
Hey, Shayna.
Hey, Shayna. I'm mad at it. I'm like,
Marcus
why
said he
would you?
going on to glory or
Okay,
not
he was on
glory.
the lab. Okay.
Okay, good. Because
If he dies,
Amen, Tamika, tell it.
he need to be up
I'm
under.
with you.
the jail.
I don't know why he did that either. Like, you was cool with Bobby Trey like that. I thought you was riding for Cross. Why for Crossy Cross? Why would you do that with the book?
Or was that
Money.
was he a boo?
I told y'all everybody is connected. Everybody is working with everybody. They connected. Nobody is. You can't trust anybody except for John Sampson.
No, he cannot be
Letitia.
trusted.
Letitia said no.
He cannot.
She got to watch the rest of it though.
If he can,
we're gonna let her watch it play all out though.
If you can like Bobby Trey, then I cannot trust Sampson.
There are people that are not. Now there are people that are not to be trusted, but we ain't hit on either one of them. It's two not to be trusted, and I don't think we spoke about that yet.
Really,
so you keep your good eye open.
Okay, I don't trust L.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust I don't trust the lieutenant.
This lady down here, in the corner?
Yep, her. Looking like Kathy Bates in that picture. I cannot with her. I don't trust because we haven't gotten to it yet, but what kind of abracadabra mess did Bobby Trey do? Seriously. Hey, let me cuss.
I got some for you.
Well, I mean, relatively, when you think about it, he had the vest on, so he pow, but he jumped in the water. So he had the vest on, so that wasn't the issue. Clearly, he could swim, and it takes them a minute to get, you know what I'm saying? It probably took them a minute to get the Coast Guard or whatever to even start looking. So he probably was out of that water before they even got there. That's how I feel about it. Police take forever to do stuff. They were probably like, oh, we need to do. And they got on over there and got flashlights and stuff. And he was already at home with Mojo. So that was my guess.
Yeah, so everything that Bobby knew as far as law enforcement is wise, it came from Chris. She's always late.
That makes sense.
Awful.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense now. Woo! Okay, come on with this. This is crazy.
Chris was a dirty cop that also worked with Kayla.
Kira.
No, don't tag me in for that one because I had to turn my back today. When that scene came up, I was like, oh, let me wash these dishes until he done tapping.
I had it on.
Then I tried to he ain't finished it.
I had it on mute, so I could not do it.
I heard it the second time, but I was not about to sit there and watch it a second time.
So, okay, I'll say this. Okay, so remember I told you he's supposed to be, he's making her perfect, like Eileen, perfectly like Eileen, but he's already fattened her up, so she's, he's messing. I mean, he cleared up her skin, cleared up her rash, fattened her up a little bit by eating, but Eileen got some effed up teeth. And Shannon does not. So he has to fix that. And that's what he's doing.
Can we not just pretend?
Yikes.
Miss Kira, Miss Tamika said that's why she should have used her teeth while she had them.
She
She
not
surely
wrong.
should have.
Bit the shit out of him.
Lord have mercy.
I
He
don't,
is
and
diabolical.
and this is why we talk about this, because okay, every time after this that he tried to go in her mouth, she gave him resistance. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to spoil that part. But this time here, she let that man put that shit in her mouth. What you think he's gonna whiten your teeth? Oh, just because he did the thing on your skin and stuff, and he bleached your hair. Oh, you thought he's gonna give you a cleaning? What you thought he's putting in your mouth for? She was like, he said, oh Lord, oh, I can still feel that. Lord Jesus.
Okay. So we got Bobby Trey and Mojo leaving. They going underground or somewhere. I don't know where they're going, but
On the midnight train to Georgia, child.
they going wherever they going. So they see the they're saying that they have a murder suspect, that he falls from the bridge, and of course Ed is he's feeling away because I don't know what he think is going on, but
he just wants Cross to stop. Like, why do you keep investigating? But it's like him investigating you, he's also investigating. Well, he's he's investigating him, but he's also dealing with the stuff on the side. But yeah, no, he's not gonna stop.
Yeah, because he's like whoever he was talking to, he was like, go somewhere where you can talk because this guy has to stop. He needs to be stopped, and he got to try to figure out a plan.
Actually, it's 3 people. Now that I take that back, Letitia, and you ain't hit on none of them. We'll get to them in the next
episode. Okay,
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought about one more.
Girl, I have never in my life thought "Are You Ready for Love" was one of those songs that made me say, you know what? Dang, okay. They give a whole new meaning to it. That's like
any song is the right song when it's Aldous Hodge. I'm not gonna hold you because it could have been to the windows, to the walls, and I'd have been like, yes,
to the way, give a dog a bone. I wouldn't care what it was. He's confessing his love to her, and
Lordy,
looking in her eyes, and she's looking up in his eyes, and
he said he is ready to move to the next stage.
And you hear that piano
and the next room.
I'm ready for love.
Downtown.
Downtown. That's the way to my love. Take me round and round. Ooh, they had to play that, child. It would have been some. But no, that was like the perfect song for
Somebody
them.
said they didn't like that song. I forgot who said. For that scene.
So pretty. For that scene. Okay. I understand. Okay.
Tamika said, yes, I'm ready.
America,
Marcus
did she
like
say
Mojo.
Windows to the Wall is romantic with Hodge? Who said Windows to the Wall?
Me. I did.
Oh.
I said any song would have been, it's Aldous Hodge. To the windows, to the walls.
It could have been Nick Nat Pettigrew. Give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
I sure did.
She always late. I like Mojo. You like the dog or you like the dog name?
Mojo just chilling. Mojo ain't doing nothing.
Because what you think about Bobby Trey having a pet? So you said Bobby Trey is not capable of caring for a dog? Look at Tamika being fast up there.
But the beauty of dogs is that they're loyal to their owners, the people that love them. It don't matter if you're crazy or not. They still love you. They still love you.
DeMarcus got a theory. You gotta wait, DeMarcus, till we get to the end of the road. We gotta save the theory till we get to 7 and 8. Just in case.
Yes. So this heifer, I'm walking out the house after I done got my rocks off, over in the nighttime. I probably got about 3 or 4. I don't know. Well, we're gonna hope he did his thug thizzle. I hope you did your
at least
thug
2, child.
Because he walked out the house laughing. I ain't never heard no man laugh after he got some coochie. He was like,
What? People laugh all the time.
The
get
next
them
day,
draws. I ain't never heard that. He was like,
Man, laugh. For
he
real,
said, "I
Candy.
did that. You did
Oh my
that."
God.
if they laugh,
Okay,
they
so,
laugh out of my presence.
so
I ain't
Kira,
never seen nobody else I've been with say,
she's one of them.
listen,
There's
I didn't know
one.
he laughed if he did. Let me ask my husband, do you laugh?
There's one of three.
One of three. I know she's one of them. I do
So
not
yes, this heifer is always popping up.
just like Samson.
Now listen, we're gonna back up off Samson, okay? But I'm gonna let you have that though.
Wait till she gets to the next two episodes, child.
I'm gonna let you have
Lord.
it. I'm gonna let you have Samson no matter when. And you said I'm like, all right. I ain't gonna say that. But
No, we're gonna let her have
He too
Samson.
fine to be.
It's
He too
okay.
fine to be the op. But this
Dynamic
heifer,
duo.
Kayla pop up everywhere. She like weeds in the yard. Like you cut the grass, haircut coming in. Here she, lady.
Kayla versus Kayla. Yeah, get up, Tamika.
Yes,
Where's Kayla at?
get her, Kayla. I need Kayla. I want you to scratch her eyes out. Claws. Get her, Kayla.
Scratch
So-
her eyes out.
DeMarcus said Kayla knows where Elle lives now. Yeah, Kayla know everything, child.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you gonna pop out your car and say you trying to get home before the kids wake up? And she
Ma'am.
put a tracker on him years ago. Excuse him, wall.
Ma'am.
Say what? Now she
Ma'am.
did come with some information, but ma'am, I don't need you pulling up me after I done had my little rendezvous in the middle of the
You
night.
guys
I don't
answered
need
this
you doing that.
the last live, but I forgot. Did either one of you read the book?
No.
Huh?
I said, did either one of you read the book? Okay, me neither.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
'cause-
no, not the flirty FBI. I don't like her either.
okay, so wait,
I don't
Kayla's
trust her. I
another
don't like her.
officer though, right?
Hey, Inga
Yeah,
Binga.
she works for another agency.
Okay, gotcha.
She's
Because
FBI,
remember,
right?
she was trying to,
Yeah.
she was trying to
FBI.
recruit him
Mm-hmm.
in episode two, I think.
Yeah.
Or,
And he was like, I have my kids or whatever. And
Mhm.
because he was getting ready to take a leave of absence, but she was like, how can you afford to do that? Get out my damn pocket. What you worrying about? What my money?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So she tells him. So she finds out that Ed is John. His name was John. I can't remember what the name was, but anyway.
I forgot what the name was.
Now he's going to the birthday party.
Whatever,
So
whatever fake
5.
name he used for the medication to pick up.
Yeah, she wants to unbuckle that belt. She definitely, Kayla definitely want to unbuckle that belt, but I can't stand her. I ain't never liked her from when I first met her. Josh, yes, DeMarcus, Josh. Josh is Ed. Ed is Josh. Right. So.
Yeah, but that's not the name he used though for that medication.
But his name is Josh with Shannon in
Shannon, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thoughts on this episode, on these 2 episodes, ladies?
It's good. We are building. We are building. We are building. We are building. Because I think 5 and 6 we get a little wonky around one of them, and then we build back up for 7 and 8. If I
one of them they got to fall kind of flat a little bit, but
I think it was either 5 or 6.
It's definitely not 5. I don't think.
Okay, so that must be
6. Yeah, it got to be 6. It definitely ain't 5.
Because I
can't
don't
wait
think
for
it's
Letitia
7 because 8 was like. So I feel like it maybe had to be 6.
It might be 6, yeah.
Okay, well, they have to give us a break sometime. I really like the series. This is my first time because I didn't watch the TP version.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really, with the exception of Morgan Freeman, because I saw both movies, but that was so many years ago. So this is my first.
I was gonna say I don't remember any of them, and I seen all of them. I seen the Tyler Perry. I seen the 2 Morgan Freeman ones. I told you I want to do my research. I want to maybe not the 2 Morgan Freeman ones. Well, I might see. We got two more to do. 2 more because I want to watch those 2 again, and I want to watch Monster about Eileen Wuornos.
Yeah, I watched that.
But
I mean,
before we get to
Perry version
8.
was good to me. I mean, because I never. It's just. He did a decent job. I liked it. I liked it. You know.
Okay. She
Inga said you don't have
he's
to watch
just
the Tyler Perry version. It was not
Tyler. I just can't unsee him as Medea
Medea.
a lot of times. So, but the overall story movie was good. I mean, you know, you can look at Tyler and look past him and still in my opinion, you can enjoy it by looking past him because
Look at this.
I'm always
Pay
gonna
attention
see.
to the story and not the actor.
Yeah, I'm always gonna see Medea by itself.
Medea.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Now the Stacy, the one that plays the lacquer, she said that season 2 will be coming fairly soon.
Okay, so hopefully in the new year. That would be good.
Lady,
Nice.
don't be telling us very soon, and you mean in 13, 14 months.
No, she said they're done.
It's already filmed. I think
Yes,
because
Oh, they are?
Mhm.
Oh, praise the Lord. Praise him.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
she said sooner than you think it'll be.
Okay.
And she's more prevalent there as well in that season.
Okay.
Oh,
So
Angus
I'm
is showing
like,
episode
okay,
6.
cool for her. I'm looking forward to seeing what is next.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate y'all not spoiling it, although it don't matter. I'm still watch it anyway.
Oh, Tamika read the book, so Tamika know the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the things from the book, had we read the book, we would know for the show. But I ain't read the book, so. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Inga. Yeah, he is definitely always eating.
Marvin 2.0 sure is.
And he has he's very particular about his food.
He is a food connoisseur, child.
Yes.
He is a foodie.
But is it just for the New Orleans flavor though? Because that's where he's from.
But he put the mambo sauce on it, which is a DMV thing.
Yeah.
True that.
I guess he's
and you know they always. I love how they eat at Ben's Chili Bowl every time. I like that. That's so.
They always eat there. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know how the DC folks feel about that, Inga. Like, how many times you gonna eat over there?
Any thoughts, Miss Kira?
No.
Oh, you already said your thoughts.
I'm excited for 5 and 6, which I feel like every time I say I'm excited for the next ones, even though I've already watched, I'm rewatching them to see what I missed, because like I watched 3 and 4 today to see what I missed, and definitely on the second watch you pick up things you didn't see the first time, because it was a lot of descriptions in episode 4 and like with the book and all of that stuff. I was like, that's why I was telling Candy, I was like, oh, that's a lot, and I kept rewinding, but it was good. It was good to me.
It's good. I'm excited.
Yes. So what y'all got going on in y'all channels so we can wrap this thing on up?
Tamika said she lost how many times. I'm counting how many times she watched it. You and Candy both. Oh, for me, I got to get caught up. I did a Saturday sip. If you guys want to see that, it's just basically me just talking, shooting the ish with my peoples. We did a pajama Sunday on gratitude. We also did a panel on found, and we will be doing the piano lesson on Sunday. And what else am I doing? I gotta get married to medicine to you guys. I watched it. I gotta finish my notes and do a pre-recorded. So keep your notifications on.
Yes, and I will be. I think I'm going to go live just to kind of just talk about what I want to do next. But we're going to get started with season 5 for the family business to get ready for New Orleans, which we still don't have a date yet, but it could be coming any day now, as far as we know. But it's supposed to be between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so we shall see. As well as we do Sundays, Love and Marriage Huntsville with Candy Love and Monique 69 Ways. I forgot the time, child. Is it 8:15?
7:15. Yeah.
7:15 EST. So
yeah.
So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all.
Ooh.
DeMarcus, I've never known you to be a liar.
Oh.
Oh, Inga, you gonna jump back into Huntsville? I thought you was tapped out.
Thank you, Tamika. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. I want to thank everybody for coming through. We had Tamika, we had Inga Binga, we had the liar Marcus Vaughn, we had She's Always Late, Bob, I'm gonna say Bob, say Bobby Trey,
Barbara
Jerry
Johnson.
B, Barbara, we had
Shayna.
they lighted it up with a t-shirt. Shayna coming through. We had Monique 69 Ways Johnson, Lemon Kush Pepper. And who else came through? If I missed your name, I do apologize, but charge it to my head and not my heart. But I do greatly appreciate everybody for coming through. Oh, and as for me in my house, so yesterday EJ and I did Married to Medicine season 11 episode 1. We did a live on that. Please go back and watch that. Found on Sunday, Love and Marriage Husband on this past Sunday as well. On Wednesday, on tomorrow, me and Tamika, along with Monique 69 Ways Johnson, will be doing a live live recap after watch for Sisters. On Thursday, I think I want to watch a movie in the Discord. I'm not sure yet. Maybe a Christmas movie. I'm not sure. Maybe Home Alone or what's the movie? You Gotta Shoot Your
A Christmas Story.
Yeah, A Christmas Story. I think I want to do one of those. I'm not sure, but I will let you all know. We can watch it in the Discord if you would like to join me there. Maybe Thursday. I guess Thursday night, Thanksgiving night. So, if y'all not busy, we shall see. I'm gonna put it out there and we'll see. I'll put a poll and see if everybody want to decide which they want to watch, or they have another movie they want to watch. We can watch together as a family. Ooh. Candy, you better get in that kitchen and start cooking your chitlins for Thanksgiving. No, ma'am, my chitlins are already done. Okay, my mother cooked chitlins. My mother cooks. We give her money and she cooks. My mama don't want nobody to cook because she say don't nobody food taste like her food, and she don't want people. Listen, my mama is my sister might be gone, but my mama don't play that. You can give her money, goodbye.
And getting all the recipes and things.
I have the recipes for her cakes and pies and stuff, but I mean, I don't ever cook. I don't have time to cook. When I do cook, I cook, but I mean, I don't have time to cook like that because I be working all the time. I work 25/8. I do. I work 25/8. I threw some in the oven when we was on the live. I just got home. Bye, DeMarcus. But yes, I can cook now, but I just don't because I don't have time.
That's why I was looking at you like that.
What? Don't have time?
Because you can cook. You were saying that
I can.
I
can. I just don't have time. I mean, when I do, but anyway. Bye, Inga. I know Inga going. Inga going back to that Detroit mess, and we are not getting on to that. Any rate, you guys have a good night, and thank you all for coming back. See us next Tuesday at 9:00 or either 9:30 to see listen to us talk about episodes 3 and 4. We will see y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Clicking away.
Not Mamba sauce, but chitlins. Yikes.
Mamba sauce. My mama's sauce. They can still hear us, y'all. Ooh, it came back up. Jesus Christ.
Bye.
I'm trying to end it live, y'all.
I'm
trying to end. I think it ended. I think it's about to end. Yeah, I think it's going to end.